Yeah. Charge up everything. If I can get the fucking charge. One thing I hate about technology when it breaks. Man. Talk about this, I'll talk about it again. I notice kids that get out of high school nowadays, if they're not following the fucking news and they're just worried about, you know, just having fun and shit, they're cool. When motherfuckers follow the news and they try to do this, there's one or two things. Either they're conservative or they're fucking liberal. Now, I'm not talking about politician, like, or politics, like voting and shit. It's the persona of the person. Yeah, we're talking about persona. How the person thinks on stuff and that. So you get into it, you know, some people never leave it. There's always a way of victimizing yourself and victimizing everybody around you. You know, and when we see these kind of people in the real world, and it's always the liberal-based mind. Conservative-based mind are always very hardworking and stuff like that. They're very, like, gender, like, they know the gender, how the genders work in that. It's the ones that don't. So, like, I'm at work in that, and, like, one of the guys I talked to, I love talking to him because me and him have the same mind. We're both logical, critical thinkers, and that we're trying to be more humble and wise. And we always get the interaction of people that just don't know how to just shut the fuck up. Like, they're just so stupid that they don't understand that, like, you act like a fucking toddler. Like, everything's about you. You think you're in the center of the world and that because you're just so fucking stupid. You don't know anything. You know how to basically eat shit, piss, and fucking sleep, and maybe have a simple job that you could do the bare fucking minimum. Why do I say like this and that? It's all about the learning process. The more you learn about the world that you live in, the more you get out of it. So if you learn the very bare minimum, and you're scared to do new things, which, you know, people are to a certain extent, that's what it's likely because you didn't get enough fear in you to be able to sit there and be like, oh fuck, I gotta do this. I can't survive unless I have a job. I can't survive unless I can get to that job. You gotta find some way of doing it. It's either, you know, get physically more fit, get more cardiovascular, or walk your ass to fucking work, which I fared that. I believe in 100%, you know, you should be more movable than anything else. Or you end up investing into a car to get to your job and then try to get promoted in that job somehow. So every time I look at kids, it's always because they live with their parents. And I agree, I live with my parents in that. I set that in stone. But I also contribute to the bill-paying system, which allows me to think that I need to survive. So I buy certain things, I do that, and yes, my parents spoil me to a certain extent. They buy me stuff for that, you know? And, like, not really much I can, you know, do about it. If I could live on my own, you know, honest truth is I probably would. But I set in stone to do the whole family thing. I like being close to my family. But every time I hear people, especially people who are close to my age, or say in their fucking 20s and that, you know, I work with people that they don't pay any bills. They want to say, oh, I pay bills. What do you pay? And they never explain. They just say they do. I say, when you can't tell someone that you do these things, you're like, you don't need to give a whole explanation how much. You can say, oh yeah, I paid this bill. First line shows maturity because you're actually contributing to something. And I get a lot of people want to sit there and play this back and forth fucking game and shit, you know, with how they talk and that. And when they get caught with something, they end up getting fucking all pissed off and that because they know that they're lying and they're making up shit. Yeah. Because the world that you personally created in your head is a fucking lie. So I always got to talk about the, like, two people I work with. I have to talk about them because the way they act is rather immature and they freak out everything. It's always everybody else's fault but their own. And I said, yeah. It's like, that's the problem right there. You are the fault at first. No matter what you do in life and that, your choice is your fault. It doesn't matter what anybody else fucking tells you, what anybody else tries to influence you. You still have a collective choice to make to do it or to not to do it. This is where people try to say complete bullshit. It's like, well, about manipulation. Well, if you're stupid enough to be fucking manipulated, then that's your stupidity. That means that you're immature, that you can't make selective decisions on your own unless someone fucking tells you to do it. That literally means that you are slave-minded. You believe people that are smarter than you know the best interest in you. Well, the thing is, they don't know you like you know you, so they can't have any type of interest in you. I mean, you can give advice, because wisdom and humble people give stupid, ignorant people advice, and hopefully they can become wisdom and make their own personal decisions better. It's like when you walk in the cold, you know, and someone says, "Looks like it's cold outside, you should put a coat on." Is that forcing you to do something? No, you can still make a selective decision to freeze or to have a coat on. But people just sit there, they'll argue with it. It's not that cold. And then all of a sudden they go outside, it's freezing. And you're all like, well, I told you to put it on. And they go through this cycle of thinking that they're stupid. They're like, what, you think I'm stupid? And it's like, yeah. Because you got advice and you didn't heed it. And now you're freezing your ass off. Now you got to come back inside and warm back up again. And then you put on clothes. So it all comes down to what happened. You experienced something that you thought wasn't true, and then you go out there and experience it, and it becomes true. And you're like, I gotta get a coat on. It's fucking cold outside. So every time it gets cold outside, you put a fucking coat on. I'll use the basics of analogies with this stuff, because that's literally how life is. How many times when you're younger and that, I remember I said stupid ass shit, and that's like, I'm invincible, and all of a sudden you walk outside and some guy knocks you the fuck out. Obviously, you know, it doesn't happen just like that, but, you know, when you run your fucking mouth and that, and, you know, you have nothing to back it up, and you can tell. I learned that through being more humble. When you know your strengths, you know what you're capable of. Other people don't have as much strength as you, always want to run their fucking mouths, or they humble themselves to say, yeah, you're stronger than me, so I realize that because you're bigger than me. And then they humble themselves, or they fight against it because of jealousy and pride. So anyway, going back to what happened at work and that. So me and this guy put this perspective, you know, separate people of pride and people not of pride. You can definitely tell the difference. People with pride are only tendency want to lie and make up excuses for every damn thing in their life, and then they push it. To not admit that you're wrong is pridefulness. Obviously, everything is like back and forth. Some people admit to because you learn from and all stuff from that. You know, we're not putting this world perfect. We're putting this world not knowing shit, so we have to learn it all. So I was talking to the dude and that we're just having a conversation. And we always have a good time in that. And of course, the tension-holding woman, God forbid. Yeah, I like working with women and that, but sometimes it's just, if you don't give enough attention to that and they're used to attention, they are the biggest fucking complaining bitches in the world. Tension, me holding, me giving, that's why it's hard to work with women. You ever get a whole bunch of women together and that, they all bark and scream and yell and bitch about each other all day long. Complain, emotionalizing every damn thing in their fucking life. Constantly, 24 fucking 7. And they want to say men lack that empathy for a woman's emotions. No, we don't lack it. We just don't fucking care. Because we're worried about surviving. You're worried about bitching. And you just talk about shit. It's like, dude, I understand. When I'm not at work, if I'm on my stream like I am now, yeah, I'll talk about things, complain about things. Yeah. But I'm not doing anything remotely important right now. When they go into work, and you see that shit, their emotions mean more than their job. When they feel like they're all upset, they have to explode with this emotional bullshit, which, you know, it's still bullshit, but, you know, it's okay to do. They'll throw everything out to the side, See, men can't do that. So put in that perspective, me and this guy were talking now. We're having a good time. We're talking about stupid shit, just being funny and that. I'm zoning the fuck out. It's like, man, I'm zoning out today and that. It's my Friday, so I'm just going to be like, all day. And the lady comes around, and she always wants fucking childlike attention. It's the most annoying thing in the world, because this person doesn't understand that you don't always need fucking attention 24/7 to exist. She'll sit there and like, she always wants to like sweep in between my legs when I'm working, and I'm just sitting there like, listen, you don't have to sweep the fucking floors when we're working. You sweep the floors when we have a break. You don't do that shit during when we got like business. We always have collective breaks throughout. 5-10 minutes, and you can go sweep it. But you always insist on doing it when people are walking around trying to get the main job done that pays your bills. And like, I always gotta look at it and look at it from a different perspective, because this person just, you know, they think that they have to do these things, and we're just like, you don't have to do it. Maybe if that's your honorable moment is to sweep fucking floors, I can't say that's the best honor that you can fucking have. You're basically, you know, a house fucking maid. Oh, fine, you can make a lot of money off that shit. Okay, yeah, you can, but that's not about the point. You can make money off fucking blowing ass in a toilet if you wanted to. But anyway, so we're having this conversation and me and we're just talking about some random shit. We always bring up this Italian thing. We always do like the Mario voice and that. So I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? And we always do the Italian voice. Me and him, we're doing it back and forth and that. And of course, this lady likes to get involved with stuff. And she'll come out of nowhere and she'll be like, you know, basically say, hey, I'm here. Don't you guys want to give me attention? I'm like, no. Number one, as a woman, if you're attractive as fuck, you're gonna get attention. If you're average as fuck, you're probably gonna get less attention. You'll still get attention because it's good to, you know, get that, you know, feel good about yourself and that, and have other people, you know, blah blah blah. Because you know, you say good stuff about people, and that they always seem to feel good. But this person, man, it happens so much, and I get it. You know, this person's probably mindset is still like a fucking 13, 14-year-old person. They never actually grow past that until they fucking have to. That's what it comes down to, the mindset. How long do people stay teenagers? How long do people stay children-like? Well, truthfully, people can do adult stuff, but they can still have a childlike mind while they do adult stuff. What is a true factor of being adult? Humble and wise. When you're humble and wise, and you have experience, and you're more quiet, and you're more only use emotions when you fucking need to, that's the kind of thing that adults tend to do. What's more important, me complaining about something at work or doing my job? People take the complaint about, you know, oh my god, this person said this shit to me and I'm mad, and they'll literally stop working. Yeah, you know what it is? You're emotionally massively fucking immature. If you're taking your oh my god feelings over, you know, doing your job, and you want a temper tantrum because you want attention, yeah, fucking stupid. Really stupid. Not to say people, you know, don't do it. Of course they do. A lot of people do it. But it's stupid. Because which priority is better? Working, making your money in that, or fucking getting all pissed off and that because someone, you know, said something and you thought it was about you? Why do you care what people think about you? I learned to not give a fuck what people think about me. But they're always the agitators, and this is what I'm going on with the story tonight. Get off track sometimes. But anyway, so we're having this conversation that, you know, doing the whole Italian thing and that, and something happened, and like the lady starts talking. She'll start talking about some random stuff and that, and we said something about like, you know, so we'll put it in this perspective. I've been working at my job for over like 6 months now. It's a little bit over 6 months. So I pretty much already know everybody. We all clash with our personalities now. We're all trying to get used to each other. And I have a very bold, strong personality when it comes down to how people treat me. Because I always tell me, I know what I'm fucking worth when I walk into a job because I do my job in full. I keep on task, which a lot of people tend to get off task like fucking children because they want attention and be like, oh, I'm not talking to people. That's cool. Your job comes first. You gotta be told what to do every 5 seconds because you're a 5-year-old. So anyway, she said something, and both of us heard something. Said something about what we heard. It was like a goofy noise or something like that. She's like, "Did you make that noise? Like a really wretched dog noise, like kind of shit." And we both heard it. So I said like, oh, what the fuck was? I'm like, what was that? We're trying to make a joke about it. And he's like, yeah, I heard that too. So when she talked, she was talking to the first guy, and immediately she was just like, well, it seems like you're just hearing stuff and all that stuff. And like trying to play along with it, I guess, but not really. I guess she was taking offense to it, but kind of. I don't fucking know. It was really weird. She took offense to it, but she was trying to joke around with it too. And then I said something, immediately massive fucking attitude. This person was just like, I wasn't talking to you. And I said, it doesn't matter if you're talking to me or not. I heard it too to clarify it. And the guy was saying, he's like, yeah, he can clarify it. I said, it's always the same person that believes that everything's very private when they have conversations. Yeah, you're the one behind the background talking a bunch of shit about people, and no one's ever going to know, and then you're going to spread a bunch of fucking rumors because you don't want to be blamed for everything, and once the rumor gets spread, which something already happened, and, you know, my bold ass bursted out like, you know, tell this bitch to stop fucking saying shit that's not true because she gets her feelings hurt, and she thinks everything revolves around her. Yeah, that just tells me that you're just fucking stupid. If you had a brain that's probably 5, you probably have barely passed 4, like 4th or 1st fucking grade of brain. You're just that fucking stupid. And you can tell by the attention holding and all the shit that they do, and that's like, you haven't grown up since 5 years old, honey. Like, you're literally that fucking dumb. That's why you act the way you act. And don't say, oh, the brain's not fully developed fucking bullshit. I listen to a lot of people say, your brain constantly learns very quickly. When you're a child, you learn extremely fast because you don't know anything. You learn how to walk before you're like 2 sometimes. No, some of them learn to walk at like 1.5. I love hearing the excuses that people, especially like, for some reason, women bring this up a lot because feminist women love to bring up how fucking dumb they are. And they're like, well, I have to wait until I'm 25. They keep making up excuses about their fucking age. No, most women are pretty mature at fucking like 14 to 16. That's how you see them in high school. They're more mature in high school than men are at 16. So don't say it's not a maturity thing, because it is. It is a maturity thing. Women are most likely, their brains grow faster than men. They grow faster. Men are the ones that take time to grow. Their psychologics and all that stuff. Yeah, because men have to get prepared for masculinity. Having balls and having testosterone pumping through your system takes time to grow masculinity, to grow toughness, to grow courage. Women don't have to grow that. They don't have to. It's a choice to, but they don't have to. Many men go through a lot of psychologics when they're younger than that. Women get free chances because they stay cute for a long period of time. Men have to build up masculinity. They have to build muscle. Not many women have to build muscle. Not many women have to build strength to be able to conquer the world because they use cuteness and the lovey-dovey, shit to build their world. Men cannot. When men use that shit, they become twat waffles. Doesn't matter how attractive they are, you're not a woman. Women stay beautiful and try to stay attractive. Fuck, there's 60-year-old women getting plastic tits and ass and Botox in their fucking face so they can look fucking younger. Despite the fact that they're just psychopaths they're just not fucking young anymore. Yeah, that's always the mentality of women. Women always want to look more youthful. Men, we want to look like barbarians. We want to look tough. We want to have scars. We want to have, that shit that happens to us. We have a story to tell. That's the whole point. Men should take that honor in having scars or protecting someone, having burn marks, because it just, it's an idealistic, actual scar tattoo in that. I got plenty of burn marks all over my fucking arms and shit. Got scars and shit. Women don't need to do that because it doesn't change the factors. You see a woman with a big ass, with a scar and that, if they're too masculine, then most men are like, oh, that's cool and that. They may be attracted to it somewhat because of personality, but it's just how it is. And yes, I am massively fucking rambling right now. Ooh, that caffeine's kicking in. So anyway, back to my work story. Say it's a story and that because all the stuff I'm saying is mostly true. Because I don't remember every fucking little detail in that, but going back to how ignorant this person is. She's a cool person, but she's basically just fucking stupid. She acts really fucking dumb. The attitude's through the roof. And we always complain about it. Everybody complains about her attitude. I said, I'm not gonna lie, now you really don't deserve to have a job with an attitude like that. It's not always happening, but your emotions swing like air is breathing in. It's constantly all over the place. You can't stay fixed on things that you want to do. When you come into work, do your fucking job. Stay focused on the job. Task at hand. When you can't learn that cycle, because it is kind of hard to learn, but if you can't learn that cycle after being at a job for multiple years, and you want to establish that you're better than everybody else because you just believe in some sort of way of thinking that's fucking retarded, because you're not. And if you can't comprehend reality, then you're just dumber than dumb. Matter of fact, that you're so fucking stupid, you can't understand the basics of what you're living, then you need to start learning it. It takes time, yes. People start learning at different ages depending on what? The stress of the life that they're living. Some people, like the guy I was talking to now, his parents raised them up good. Because he's very logical, he's very critical thinking in that, he stays on top of stuff in that, he's understanding the concepts. Matter of fact, they're both close to the same age. The other one, completely fucking spoiled. Doesn't want to do anything on her own. Everything's been given to her. She works, but she blows all of her money on stupid shit. And it's just a concept of control. And I still have no idea. This person, this young lady, constantly always wants to attack me like I did something fucking wrong. And actually, let me give you an explanation. It could be true or not, but we'll just go with what I know. I said I don't know why. I kind of know, but I kind of don't because I haven't got the actual evidence from the person itself. But I'm going with what I feel how this person acts around me. Number one, this person's probably attracted to me. And I'm just like, okay, so if you're attracted to me, it doesn't matter what I do. If I'm not giving you attention, you're going to get mad at me no matter what. Woman logic. Fucking stupid. And that's what I've noticed. Because I can go back to when I was first working that, I was working with two ladies. They're both close to the same age. And, for instance, they both like to flirt with me. And we flirted all day long back and forth. And of course, with her, I flirt, with her a little bit more because, she was a little bit more talkative towards me, so we had good conversations about stuff and that, but she never really did the stuff that she's doing now. I always gave her mass attention. She'll come up to me and then she'll start, like, you know, flirting with me in, like, little ways. And the other girl would always get jealous. Yeah, women fucking hate each other when they got an attracted dude that's not hitting on them and hitting on their friend. Yeah, those bitches don't like that shit. They're like, nah, what about me? I want attention. Where's my attention at? Please, I want attention. All that fucking kiddish bullshit. And there's been selective times that I'd be joking with one, and the other one would get fucking mad, which was just the only person. She would get mad and say some ignorant ass fucking shit. And I'm like, why is it? Well, I'm not even, it's like, well, first of all, I'm not even talking to you. It was a joke towards her. And I get why you're saying it, but if you're being less ignorant and join in on the joke, when you're being not ignorant, you could join in on a conversation. It's fine. That's what happened with yesterday night. I joined a conversation because I had something to say based upon what I heard. And the person always wants to say, you can't talk. And honestly, it's going to get to that point where I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to teach you a lesson. Like, you have no control over what people say. Okay? If someone's not being ignorant towards you, more or less, you can't tell someone to not say something because it doesn't agree with you. Okay? This is how voices work. You think inside your head, and I know how you think is very obvious. This is like me talking to her. So her personality is basically, you know, it's all about her. So when you have a selfish personality, which is what this person has, you tend to think what you say matters more. But when you're not that intelligent and based upon really stupid logic, your voice means very little because no one wants to hear someone dumb. You say stuff that makes no sense because you don't know anything. Okay, well, pick up a psychological book. Read how to be a human being. You know, the Bible's very good with that, but most psychology books are based upon what Jesus says anyway. Pick up and tell people and tell yourself how to be a proper fucking woman, and then maybe people look at you not being a fucking idiot. They'll look at you as being someone that's, you know, proper. There's proper things to do in life. You can't act a certain way without having someone tell you that you're fucking stupid. It's just how it is. I've been through a lot of almost everybody in this world has been through. You have to be taught to be a specific way. Now, if your parents don't teach you this shit, and you're, you know, coming into the world, I feel honestly bad for you that you're that fucking stupid. And no matter the amount of excuses that we make up for how dumb we are, you choose to be stupid. You know, they can say, oh, school family, you choose to learn or not. You became the unlogical. You want to be cool and just and thinking that you're going to have friends being a fucking moron. Yeah, no one likes you. And you set your mind up around there. And then one day you're going to think to yourself, because it's going to happen no matter what. Having someone like me that's been through the situations this person's been through, because I used to be just like this person, doesn't mean that you can't learn. It just means you're stupid right now. You can still learn. You just have to try to. But it's always like, why don't you like listening to people that actually have wisdom, and the excuses start coming out. I remember one argument I got with her, and I said, you don't have to express every single emotion that you have. And instantly, the fucking, the annoying, like, stupid logic comes out. Saying, well, you're not my dad. It's like, I don't need to be your dad to tell you something that's true. And like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? If you refuse to listen to simple logic, that just means that you weren't raised to be actually intelligent. You were raised to be a fucking moron. And then seeing people at these young ages literally lit up from smoking weed and drinking and being a fucking moron, you're going down a very sinful route that doesn't have any escape Besides, eventually when you're getting to that point of emotional fucking tyranny, where you don't know what to do, you get lost completely. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Anyone that goes down that road never fucking ends in salvation, never ends in people liking you. Even people do the same thing as you. Those motherfuckers don't like you at all. They just like the misery that you're in. Then people don't love you. They never will love you because they don't love themselves. You guys are just exchanging misery emotions to bully each other back and forth about how bad your life is compared to their life. Exchange. You get a little bit of fucking dopamine off of it, but you're not feeling the love. Love is someone coming in and saying, hey, you could do better. What do you mean I could do better? You saying I'm stupid? It's all these negative things. You say that about yourself. It's not anyone saying that about you. You're stupid, you're stupid. Stupid just means lack of knowledge. You just don't know. You're the one that takes I don't know saying, when someone tells you this, you're the one taking it to a negative perspective. If you take it to a positive perspective, you'll end up like, okay, well, I can just learn then. Literally what you all have to do, if you don't know something, you can just learn. Yeah, you can just fucking learn. But people with this negative mindset, they don't have no purpose. Their purpose is so fucking low that they literally live life like zombies. That's why they're on medication. That's why they smoke a shit ton of weed. That's why they do all this stuff and they make up excuses for it. It's like, no one else does that. I was talking about it at work yesterday, and I said, no, it's like, I can literally act like I'm high right now and just zone the fuck out like I'm a fucking stoner. I told the guy, you want to learn how to do that? I'm being dead serious. I've done it a lot of times here, and I just zone the fuck out. Everything in this becomes a big, happy, joyful dream. It all goes by really fast. I'm enjoying it because when you understand how time works, the more you enjoy it, the faster it goes. So if you're laughing and giggling, you're not thinking about the time. Our minds relate to time based upon happiness and it's like based upon, joyfulness or, non-joyfulness. The more you enjoy the day that you live, which is when you wake up, because you're basically, semi-dead when you're sleeping, and that to a certain extent. When you wake up and you start enjoying everything that you do, time's gonna go by fast. It always does. Why? Because God wants time to go fast for people that enjoy life so you can get closer to heaven. That's just my personal opinion. It ain't nothing to do with you, Jesus. I'm just throwing down what I believe. That's how it works, because that's how it works. You ever enjoy something so much, like, man, time goes by fast. We all say these things. You ever watch a really good movie and 3 hours goes by fast? Why is 3 hours go by fast? Because you're enjoying it. Because you're not trying to look at anything else to distract you from the movie. So you end up sitting there and being like, well, I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Everybody does that. Whatever you enjoy, it wastes time. But whenever you're bored, that's when the strength of your mind comes in. When you're bored and you're not having fun and you're miserable, time moves really fucking slow. And normally the first thing people want to do is distract themselves with sleep, which just unconscious you, and then you just sit there and just waste time. That's why people that have miserable lives, because they're on drugs, or they sleep more, or they sit there and they zone the fuck out completely because of the drugs. Well, first off, you don't have to do that because you can do that anyway. Zoning out's not that hard. You don't need drugs to do that. I love how people think they need drugs. And I need to take a big ass fucking shit. Woo, I've been waiting for that fucking to rise out there. Oh my god. Woo, that's so bad.
Somebody really needs to help me here.